Coming up on WUFT's First at 5, Governor Ron DeSantis stays true to his word, what he plans on doing in the state of Florida to crack down on undocumented immigration.
Then how one wanted woman is eluding the police in Alachua County.
And how to protect yourself as love and romance moves to a digital age.
First at 5. From the University of Florida's College of Journalism and Communications, you're watching WUFT News.
A day about spreading love with others is clouded by the events of 2018. Today marks 7 years since the Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School shooting. Welcome to WUFT's First at 5. I'm Roches.
And I'm Nicole Borman. In remembrance and honor of the victims of the Parkland shooting, Governor Ron DeSantis directed that United States and Florida flags be flown at half-mast. Along with that, Senators Rick Scott and Ashley Moody filed a commemoration resolution honoring the 17 lives lost on this day. The document not only offers condolences and sympathies to families and friends of victims, but honors the survivors of the attack. Tonight, there will be a vigil to remember the victims and survivors. It will start at 7 p.m. at the University of Florida's Plaza of the Americas.
And in Indiana, a teenager was accused of plotting a school shooting for today. Police and court records say it was inspired by the Parkland shooting in 2018. According to Morgan County records, the 18-year-old was charged with conspiracy to commit murder and 2 terrorism-related charges. An Ocala teacher was arrested for grooming a student Wednesday. WUFT's Victoria Perez joins us live in the studio with new information on the case.
I read the police report that details the relationship between Lindsay Rickman and a 17-year-old student. The police found romantic text messages between them while investigating a separate case concerning weapon violations on the student involved. Rickman sent several inappropriate messages asking to hug the student, according to the report. Authorities say the conversation also documents an alleged meetup at a Publix. Although they denied having any sexual contact, he stated he could if he wanted to. Detectives say the messages suggest Rickman instigated the relationship. The two shared "I love you" texts and other flirtatious messages. Rickman was charged with engaging in a romantic relationship with a student. She's currently out on bond and is scheduled to appear in court on March 18th. Live in the studio, Victoria Perez, WUFT News.
Gainesville Fire Rescue is still investigating a fire that happened last night. Officials say the house was filled with flames when they arrived. Reports say there wasn't anyone inside the house and no one was hurt.
Earlier this week, we covered a Gainesville home that has been overflowing with trash for nearly a decade. Today, we received a response from the city regarding the issue. The response stated that private property rights are protected by the Florida Constitution. This residency received multiple violations, and since no action was taken to comply with the codes, the case was brought forward before a special magistrate. The magistrate issued several guilty rulings, and the case is advancing to the city's attorney's office for a foreclosure proceeding scheduled for March 6th.
A wanted Alachua County woman is still at large and taunting the police looking for her. WUFT's Kirsten Maselka is live at the Alachua County Sheriff's Office with the latest developments regarding this unusual exchange.
A social media battle between the Alachua County Sheriff's Office and a woman wanted for aggravated assault. It all started when ACSO posted on Facebook asking for information about Alicia Quanteria Richardson's whereabouts. Then she responded saying, quote, "She isn't hard to find," and telling officers to do their job. ACSO then replied to her comment in a separate post saying they're used to, quote, "those who play hard to get," and asking Richardson to be their Valentine. The post has since been removed, followed by silence from ACSO. But Richardson hasn't stopped taunting the department in her own social media posts, saying things like, "Come get me, pigs, and I'm going to laugh my way to the jailhouse." ACSO has yet to respond to these posts, but the investigation is still ongoing. Live from the Alachua County Sheriff's Office, Kirsten Maselka, WUFT News.
Watch out for road closures on your daily commute. The city of Gainesville announced that Northwest 6th Street between 8th and 7th Avenue will be closed until March 15th. Starting at 9 p.m., there will be a weekend-long full closure of eastbound and westbound Blackstill Lake Road underneath State Road 91. The reason for this closure? Bridge construction, which will last until Monday at 5 a.m. We're taking a look over I-75. As we look ahead, let's see how you can enjoy this Valentine's Day and President's Day weekend. WUFT's William Maxham joins us now with the weather forecast.
Yeah, it is cloudy and cool for the moment, but we've got a lot of changes coming from day to day. A quick warm up tomorrow and a stormy end to the week. But right now, we're cool behind last night's cool front. We got about a 1/4 inch of rain in most areas of north central Florida. Those clouds, though, are going to give way to what's going to be a mix of sun and clouds tomorrow. Temperatures are going to come up. We're right around 70 degrees right now, but temperatures are going to rebound into the 80s tomorrow. Ahead of our next weather maker, it's coming out of the southern plains. It's going to bring us some showers and thunderstorms on Sunday. So coming up, we've got our Valentine's planner for this evening. We'll talk about our warm temperatures tomorrow and track the storms on Sunday. Some of them could be severe.
Governor Ron DeSantis signs 2 bills cracking down on undocumented immigration. Both address immigration enforcement along with other measures. First, Senate Bill 2C allocates around $298 million enforcing laws, making it a felony for undocumented immigrants to vote in an election, and prohibiting the issuing of driver's licenses to undocumented immigrants. And Senate Bill 4C penalizes undocumented immigrants who avoid inspections and attempt to re-enter the country after deportation. Also, immigrants prosecuted under this bill aren't eligible for diversion programs.
We told you earlier this week, Marion County deputies arrested a 35-year-old Danilo Sanchez Jose for human trafficking a 14-year-old girl. The sheriff says he was caught in the girl's neighborhood looking for another victim. Sanchez Jose was deported. Sheriff Billy Woods says that he works hand in hand with ICE and is ready to enforce immigration laws set by the administration.
I will lay heavy on what our president and our governor are trying to do to protect America.
A bill that restricted what flags can be displayed at government buildings and schools is back in the Senate after not passing during the 2024 legislative session. The bill would prevent the displaying of flags that represent, quote, a political viewpoint, including racial, sexual orientation, and gender viewpoint. It does not specifically name flags that would be barred, but Randy Fine says flags that would be banned include Black Lives Matter, LGBTQ Pride, or those that are pro-Palestine.
The idea here is that the government should not be in the political message business. Politics should be for the politicians. The government's job is to serve the people.
The bill passed its first committee this week, with Republicans supporting and Democrats opposing.
If you're interested in joining law enforcement, the Alachua County Police Department is hiring a police report specialist. This position ensures accurate police records and assists with administrative duties. Check out the APD Facebook for information on how to apply. The Florida Senate and House proposed new bills to no longer require middle schools to start before 8 a.m. and high schools to start before 8:30 a.m. These bills are identical and they defy the previous approved House Bill 733. But that bill was not set to take effect until the 2026-2027 school year.
It's the season for love scams. As millions of people in the U.S. have switched to dating apps in hopes of finding their match, there's been an increase in scammers and catfishers. WUFT's Jada Roches is live in the studio with how to stay safe and not fall victim this Valentine's Day.
It may be Valentine's Day, but not all is fair in love and war. Scams are not new to dating apps, but this year the FBI is seeing a rise in cryptocurrency fraud.
Online imposters are breaking hearts and bank accounts. According to the FBI's Internet Crimes Complaint Center, in 2023, Floridians reported losing more than $62 million to various romance scams. The most recent, scammers are persuading victims into sending money through cryptocurrency sites. Sarah Spade, a newbie to online dating, almost fell victim. The imposters pleading,
"Oh, I'm stuck in some foreign country. I just need you to cash out me something. Oh, wait, I really want us to be rich together. How about we do crypto together?" And I'm like, come on.
If it feels too good to be true, it probably is. Sergeant Postel with the Gainesville Police Department says,
"Trust your instincts. If something doesn't feel right, then it's probably not right. If somebody's asking for money, definitely, absolutely do not give them a dime."
According to a 2023 study by Statista, 17% of the U.S. is using online dating services. In addition to cryptocurrency and investment scams, the study says of those dating digitally, 21% of users lie about their age, and 14% falsely state their income.
Well, I think a big thing when it comes to online dating is to be comfortable. You've got to be comfortable before you meet somebody offline.
GPD says arranging an in-person meetup can be dangerous, but for love, many are willing to take the risk.
Officials say if you take the risk, make sure you do your extra research and take extra precautions because you never know who you will find online. And they want you to remember this can happen any time of the year, but Valentine's tends to be a vulnerable holiday for many. Live in the studio, Jada Ross, WUFT News.
Coming up next, Vice President J.D. Vance is in Munich meeting with the Ukrainian president. The Trump administration's message on the matter.
Then a new breast milk donation program, how this is helping the community. When First at 5 returns.
You're watching WUFT-TV News.
Representatives of the Trump administration met with the Ukrainian president today in Munich to take steps toward peace with Russia. Vice President Vance and Secretary of State Rubio spoke at the Munich conference, offering their condolences to the losses in Ukraine. The Trump administration's support for Ukraine has been questionable since President Trump delivered mixed messages about his commitment to Ukraine.
We need real security guarantees.
President Trump spoke with the Russian President Putin this week to negotiate, a shift from former President Biden's approach of isolating President Putin.
Mothers of North Central Florida will be able to donate and receive breast milk thanks to a new partnership between HCA Hospital and Mother's Milk Bank of Florida. The milk bank processes, pasteurizes, and distributes breast milk donated for other mothers. The hospital is the first to implement this program in North Central Florida, as breast milk was a huge need for the community. By having this resource available, local moms can use their extra breast milk in a positive way to help babies.
And this breast milk will be utilized by the Mother's Milk Bank of Florida to be able to serve babies in our community who are often in the neonatal ICU or who are medically needy, who are in need of breast milk, to be able to grow safely.
The Breast Milk Bank says every drop is precious. If you're a healthy mother who produces more milk than you need, you can help other babies by donating your surplus.
Santa Fe College is honoring Black History Month with a celebration of Black love, art, and poetry on Saturday from 6 to 8 p.m. A variety of local Black artists will be showcasing their talents at the event. Poetry readings, artwork, and food are just a few things participants can enjoy.
Our weather pattern is getting active. Our next weather maker coming out of the southern plains will make for severe thunderstorms and cool temperatures coming our way. I'll have details next.
You're watching WUFT-TV News.
Well, guys, with Valentine's Day today and President's Day on Monday, I'm really hoping to enjoy the holidays.
Yeah, my Valentine's Day plans tonight aren't too crazy. I'm going to dinner, so I won't really be needing the weather, but yeah. I know other people have different plans. So
yeah, we're not looking at any weather issues for heading out this evening, and folks are probably really happy about the weather change that we've seen yesterday. We had a cold front coming through after what was a very warm day. Temperatures 89 degrees yesterday. This, in fact, was the earliest 89-degree temperature we've ever had in Gainesville. It beats the old record of February 18th. On an average year, we're at 89 degrees in the middle of April. So we're well above average. That front came through, dropped a little bit of rain, about a quarter to half inch of rainfall. Our next rainmaker arrives on Sunday after what's going to be a very warm day tomorrow. The heat will return, but we're into the 60s right now. Temperatures rebound into the 80s tomorrow. In Gainesville, we have a mostly cloudy sky. The cloud's going to kind of linger through the next several hours. It's going to be breezy too in the early part of the evening. Winds now at 16 miles an hour. We'll see those winds occasionally gusting to around 20 miles an hour through the early part of the evening. Then the wind settles down. Temperatures, they don't change much. We're going to stay into the low 60s through the rest of the evening. The clouds will linger, and we could see some fog overnight, but it will be dry. No rain expected today. Tomorrow looking dry as well, but we'll start out with some early morning fog and clouds around 60 degrees. headed out west. That's where our weather maker is coming out of the Rocky Mountains now. It's going to move into the southern plains tomorrow and into the deep south, make for some very strong storms tomorrow evening. We have an enhanced risk. That's a level 3 out of 5 for severe storms tomorrow. 70-mile-an-hour winds possible across Mississippi. And some of this really intense stuff could move into the western part of the Panhandle, including the Pensacola area and Panama City. Tracking out those storms, here's how it should play out. We're looking at the storms kind of lining up right along the cold front tomorrow evening, then swinging into the western part of Florida into the overnight hours and early Sunday morning. Sunday, going to be showery, and those showers will continue into the evening. We're drying out, and temperatures will be cool. We're watching the next weather maker, though, arriving in the middle of the week. That's going to give us another drop in temperatures and a round of rainfall. That's going to be pushing those numbers into the 60s for highs at the end of the week. Early morning lows Friday probably going to be into the 30s, maybe even into the 20s.
Coming up in sports, men's basketball had unexpected news to share about their upcoming game versus South Carolina during media availability Friday. And Gators Gymnastics has their annual Link to Pink meet tonight. WFT's Jordyn Banks has more on the meet after the break.
You're watching WUFT-TV News.
Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. I'm Alyssa Britton-Harr. Welcome to sports. The third-ranked Gators men's basketball team is back in action Saturday against SEC foe South Carolina. And at Gators media availability Friday, the team had some unexpected news to share.
Ready? All right. Just want to start off by saying that I'm back. I'm coming back. I'm playing this year.
For those who don't know, that's guard Micah Hanlongton, who said he has decided to forego a red shirt and come back to play immediately. With the recent ankle injury to Alex Condon expected to keep him out of a couple weeks, Hanlongton's return comes with a spot available in the lineup. The Gators have won 3 straight games, none of which have been with a full complement of players. Head coach Todd Golden says Hanlongton has been pressing to get back on the court.
For him, I heard him talk to you guys about it. I know he's kind of been itching to get out there, and obviously it's been an emotional recovery, and he's physically was ahead of the mental part of this, which is very understandable.
Gators women's basketball had the tough task of going to South Carolina last night. The Gamecocks a little extra motivated last night, having lost their last game against Texas, and they didn't show any mercy versus the Gators. Let's go out to Columbia. Jump ball goes to Florida's favor, but quickly after the Gamecocks take control and drive down the court, working around the arc, South Carolina misses and comes back around to hit a 3. The Gators drive towards the basket, miss, and South Carolina brings it back to rally down the court for a pass. Final score 101-63 as the Gamecocks come out on top and stay unbeaten at home. The Gators were led by Rashaya Kyle and Liv McGill, whose 15 points apiece amounted to almost half the team's total. The Gators regroup and now set for Mississippi State at the O-Dome on Sunday. Afternoon tip-off set for 2 p.m. Speaking of the O-Dome, the third-ranked Gators gymnastics team is hosting 12th-ranked Auburn tonight for the annual Link to Pink event. Their meet marks the first edition that falls on Valentine's Day. Florida is looking to bounce back after their loss to 15th-ranked Arkansas last week. WFT's Jordyn Banks is live from the O-Dome for the Gators' 19th annual meet. Jordyn.
It is all love here at the Stephen O. Connell Center. The Gators are hosting their 19th annual Link to Pink event. This is the first time the Link to Pink event is on Valentine's Day. This is a breast cancer awareness event that helps for prevention and treatment. The first 250 students will receive pink donuts, pink shaker cups, and dry fit shirts. Gators' very own Skylar Dresser's grandmother, Patricia, is a breast cancer survivor and will attend her first meet to support Skylar and the Gators. The Gators are also looking for redemption after coming off a recent loss against Arkansas. For those unable to attend, the meet will be broadcasted on the SEC network. Live from the Stephen O. Connell Center, Jordyn Banks, WUFT Sports.
The 10th-ranked Gators baseball is back on the diamond as they open their season with 3-game series against Air Force. The first time in program history these two teams will be facing off. Florida returned 17 players from last season's roster, which includes 5 positional starters as they look to pave their way back to Omaha. Fans can expect to see right-handed pitcher Liam Peterson on the mound for the opener. The sophomore leads the team with first pitch at 6:30 p.m. O'Sullivan said that he has earned every right to be on their Friday night guy and is one of the better pitchers in the league. After the game tonight, the team is set for a doubleheader on Saturday. And before we go, expected rainy weather Sunday is forcing some events to be moved up. The baseball doubleheader Saturday is due to weather, and the men's tennis match versus North Florida has also been moved to tomorrow. Gators men's tennis is back in action this weekend. Their meet set for Sunday was moved to Saturday due to weather conditions.
Yeah, those weather conditions definitely worse on Sunday. Showers and thunderstorms, some of which could be strong to severe, will be coming our way. We're cooler on Monday.
Thanks so much for watching. Join us back here on Monday. Good night.